few years ago I used to see something called hook and loop, and I didn't know what hook and loop was. And so in fact I had bought a couple of bags. Take this for instance, this little diplomat bag from LA Police Gear. Has this pile in it, and I thought, well, that's nice. I mean, what is that for? Is that to keep things from getting scratched? You know, I just didn't know what it was really for. Maxpedition, most of their gear has this pile in it, and it's and then it talks about adaptable for hook and loop. What is hook and loop? Let's look at it. Now, I'm really getting into hook and loop. I've had hook and loop holsters and some things for a while now, but I've really started to use more and more. So, but I have a limited supply of what I do. But I want to just talk about a few things, and this isn't an end-all video, but it will give you some ideas. Again, you know, here is this pile. It's this soft material. This is one side of Velcro. Then you have this little holster here, and this is a hook and loop holster. And you say, well, what kind of holster is that? It has this stretchy material, and this was the very first hook and loop holster I bought. And what it does is you fit it right in, and this holds it. Now, what is this for? Well, if you need it to go the other way, you can slide it in. Now, that's real neat and all, but as you can see, it has two strips of Velcro. And what you do is you take your pile panel and you just place the holster up next to it. And as you can see, it's Velcroed on. Now with a heavy 1911 pistol, you can hear it just a touch. But I've used this quite a bit over the past few years, and it's worked out very well. Most of your concealment holsters, by the way, too, are usually smaller compartments that keep the gun a little bit localized. But, you know, it's better than just throwing it in the bag, because you have it in a position, and when you get ready to grab it, you know what position it's in. You're not fishing around for something, and plus it keeps it from getting messed up and scratched and damaged. Now, as you see, if I had it this way, it's according to what shoulder I was wearing it. I could turn it either way. But the good thing is if I wanted to change positions, I can pull this out, I can put it lower, higher, to fit whatever gun I'm carrying or whatever position I want to have this in. And Velcro is very strong and holds up well. This is a Varsity, and I think I got this on eBay. I just ordered it because I just wanted to try this out. And I really like this little holster. Now, one hook and loop holster that I really like is this universal Maxpedition holster. And as you can see, it just fits whatever gun you're wanting to put in here. It's fully adjustable with the Velcro. And what I do is I line it up with the straight line of Velcro this way, like so, and then I just pull it over. I've put a number of different pistol styles in here, from a Glock 30, which is pretty wide, a Glock 21, Ruger pistols, of course the Colts, Browning high power, a number of different types of guns. But also, you can fit a nice revolver in there. One thing about the revolver you want to be careful of is not to get it past the cylinder, and then you sometimes have trouble drawing it out. But this little Smith & Wesson 442 is just perfect in this little holster. Now, Maxpedition does a great job with their bags, having plenty of pile for their hook and loop accessories. And this active shooter bag especially has on both sides, and that's really what this is made for hook and loop. Now, what I would do is remove your pistol, go ahead and put this in the position you want it in, then your gun fits nicely in there. And I'm going to tell you, it is not going anywhere, but it makes it really nice. The gun is in the position, so when you reach in, you know that it's the right way, and you can pull it out in case you ever need it. But to me, Maxpedition makes excellent. And I'll tell you, I've just had experience with this universal holster. There are others. I know Black Hawk makes one that's pretty nice. Condor makes one, and there are others that make them. I don't know who all makes them, but I do know that they do. And some of them have a strap to fit over your gun to secure it, or a retaining strap, and that's nice. And like this system actually a little bit better. I don't really want a retaining strap on my gun, because typically they're in a compartment that's very small as far as for a gun. Now there are many other types of accessories. There are flashlight holders. Of course, here's a magazine holder that's hook and loop. It's a Maxpedition. It's a double AR-15 mag holder, and of course fits very nicely. Has generous straps. Generous hook and loop here, and then of course for the active shooter's bag, a very nice addition. In fact, you could put a couple of these in, or however, and have room for other things. What I really like about hook and loop is you're not dedicated to one place. If I want to move this even to the other side, if I want to move it to the front pouch, I can, and able to fit things in here. It just makes it very versatile. I think that's the big thing about hook and loop, is that it's not a dedicated gun pouch if you can remove the pouches, the mag pouches, or if you can remove the holster, and you could put other things in here. Let's say you're going on a picnic or whatever, you could do some other things here that you may not be able to carry a gun in that situation, even on a plane or wherever. And so I think it makes it very versatile. I will be doing a review on this active shooter's bag. I've had it for a while, and I've been getting the ins and outs. But what I like about this being versatile is they also make one with dedicated pouches on it, and I chose not to buy that one because I like the one with just the MOLLE and the PALS webbing on the front. That way I can take it off and use it for whatever. And then my hook and loop comes into effect that way as well. One thing I've been learning is that with packs and bags and all my accessories, is to be able to incorporate them in my life and not necessarily have them all packed out full of survival gear and have them stowed away somewhere where I'll never use them. And instead getting to know the gear that I am using and use it on an everyday basis. It just really kind of gets your mindset in the right way. Plus muscle memory, being very familiar with what you're using, and I think that's where hook and loop really comes into its own. Again, I think it makes your gear very versatile. Now there are different qualities of Velcro that you can get. I know, especially military stuff. But what you're going to really want is the rigidity here of this part where it's sticky. And a minute ago I had that 1911 in there, and it was just shaking a little bit. It will, if you're not careful, it can pull off. And so I guess it has to do a lot with the direction that the Velcro is going in. As you can see here, this is completely covered in Velcro, and I like that better than it to be spaces in between. Just like with this holster. This is a really stiff, strong Velcro, as you can tell. And you put this in that bag, and man, it catches. It's hard to get out. And you want that, because I'm not going to be taking my holster in and out in a critical situation, whereas I might be pulling my gun out in a critical situation. But as you can see, and it's just high quality. The stitching is really nice. And I think hook and loop is really a great way to go for certain scenarios. With hook and loop, there's a lot of choices out there. There are a lot of accessories as far as pouches, like I was saying, flashlight holders, anything you can possibly imagine. Magazine holders, of course, pistol magazines, and everything else. Maxpedition is just one of my favorites, and they do carry a complete line of hook and loop. Black Hawk, Condor, there are a lot of different companies out there carrying stuff. The biggest thing is you want to look for quality, and so you don't want something coming loose, especially if your life depends on it. You want something that you can really depend on, and I think quality products are very important. And two, again, hook and loop will expand the way that you carry your bags and you do things, and that's one of the things that I really like about the hook and loop, is I can either have a holster or I can pull it out and use it for different things, or mag pouches or whatever. I don't carry AR-15 mags with me everywhere I go. So, a lot of times, if it's according to the situation, I may need some room in that bag to carry other things. And so I can just remove my pouch and instead put pistol mags in there to carry my Glock. So, you need to be versatile. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic.